Sagittarius, have you been feeling lately as if something is softly calling your name? A quiet voice not from the outside, but from deep within where your soul has always longed for freedom, light, and answers to things unseen. You sense that the universe is about to say something to you, don't you? Not through loud signs or major events, but through the smallest, most delicate details. A friend suddenly reappearing, a random sentence that lingers in your mind, or a knowing feeling you can't explain. Don't dismiss those moments, Sagittarius, because nothing is a coincidence. Everything you're experiencing right now is the beginning of a destined conversation, a dialogue between you and the universe, where you'll finally hear what your heart has been waiting for all this time. You've come a long way on your journey carrying faith, wounds, and the strength to rise again after every fall. You've always been the one to bring light to others, to inspire, to be a symbol of hope. But deep down, there are moments when you ask, what about me? Who will guide you when your feet grow tired and your flame of faith seems to fade? And just when you're about to give up, the universe gently sends a signal. Don't worry, I'm still here. The conversation that's about to unfold isn't a vague prophecy. It's a reward for the faith you've held, the kindness you never lost, and the light you've carried even when no one seemed to notice. In the coming days, something will be spoken through words, through a glance, or through an unexpected opportunity that will make you realize every moment of waiting had its reason. It might be an expression of gratitude, a gift, or a simple message, but it will make you understand you will receive what you deserve through someone's words. It won't just be a material reward, but a confirmation that the universe has always seen you, even when you thought no one was listening. So now, make yourself a cup of tea or your favorite coffee, find a quiet corner, and sit down with me. Because today's story, Sagittarius, is about you and about how the universe is gently whispering your long-awaited reward back into your life. Part 1. The Awakening Flame. The universe is calling your name, Sagittarius. Can you feel it? There's something softly calling your name from beyond the horizon, a sound that can't be heard with your ears, only with your soul. A gentle call, yet powerful enough to stir every layer of emotion within you. It feels as though the universe is sending you a message, a signal, a summoning to return to your truest essence, the flame of faith. Have you felt a bit unsettled lately? A mix of excitement and nervousness. A strange flutter of anticipation and fear. You can't quite describe it, but deep down you know something is about to happen. Something bigger, deeper, and more meaningful than anything you've experienced before. That's not coincidence. For Sagittarius, there's no such thing as chance. Every sign holds meaning, and every change is leading you toward a turning point of the soul. You might find yourself standing at a crossroads, where the past no longer holds you, but the future still feels uncertain. Some days you may feel like you've taken a wrong turn, trying so hard only to see little result. Some nights you stare into the darkness and wonder, what am I still believing in? Am I really on the right path? But Sagittarius, that isn't being lost. It's destiny recalibrating you. Because you were born under the guidance of Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, vision, and faith. Every challenge, every detour is designed to bring you back to your soul's mission, to inspire, to expand awareness, and to light up the world wherever you go. There are moments when you feel disconnected, no longer inspired, no longer energized, no longer driven like before. But in truth, that's the universe clearing out old frequencies, preparing you for a new cycle. What once excited you no longer resonates because your soul has outgrown it. You no longer crave temporary joy, you crave meaning. And when the soul begins to yearn, the universe answers. Pay attention. Have you noticed strange signs lately? Repeating numbers like 1000 og 100 og 11, 2000 og 200 og 22, 3000 og 300 og 33. Songs that play at the exact moment you're thinking of something, recurring dreams, or people from the past suddenly returning. None of these are random. They're the universe's language, and it only speaks when you're ready to listen. And what the universe is saying to you now is this: remember your faith, Sagittarius. Remember the flame I placed in your heart the day you were born. Along your journey, you may have lost that faith at times. You've been disappointed by others, or perhaps by yourself. But true faith isn't about believing when everything is easy. It's about believing when there's no visible reason left to. The universe is testing you not to break you, but to see if you can keep your light alive in the dark. Sagittarius, you were chosen to bring belief to the world. But before you can do that, you must learn to believe in yourself. When you dare to believe even when everything around you is silent, you activate the portal of awakening. When you dare to believe even when no one supports you, you ignite your true soul frequency. When you dare to believe even when the path ahead is foggy, you become the guide for others. And now, the flame within you is rising again. No longer a fragile spark easily blown out by the winds of life, but a radiant fire of awareness, purpose, and spiritual strength. You're stepping into a phase where every move, every decision carries the energy of the universe. You'll begin to attract meaningful opportunities, people, and conversations, divine pieces, arranged to remind you that you are, indeed, on the right path. From now on, you no longer have to search for light elsewhere, because that light has always been within you, and the universe is simply reminding you how to see it again. This is the moment when the universe calls you home, not to start over, but to truly begin. If these words resonate in your heart, it's because you were meant to hear them. So, Sagittarius, don't doubt it. Just listen. The conversation between you and the universe has already begun in every heartbeat, in every intuition, in every breath. If you feel the universe calling your name, leave a comment saying, "I'm ready to return to my light." It's not just a sentence. It's a sacred commitment to your soul that you are ready for your awakening journey. And don't forget to subscribe so we can continue exploring the divine messages the universe is sending to Sagittarius. Now, turn down the noise around you. Make yourself a warm cup of tea or coffee and sit down, because this journey, the journey of rekindling the flame within you, has only just begun. Part 2. The Tests of Faith. When silence is also an answer. Sagittarius, how many times have you looked up at the sky and asked the universe, "Why is everything so silent?" You used to believe that light would always guide the way, that kindness would eventually be rewarded. Yet, there came a time when everything you believed in seemed to shatter before your eyes. The people you trusted left without a word. The projects, the dreams that were so close to coming true, suddenly froze mid-journey. And the most frightening part wasn't the loss. It was the silence. That long, echoing silence that made you question your own faith. But Sagittarius, let me tell you this. The silence of the universe is never abandonment. It's how the universe observes you, tests you, and fine-tunes your soul to prepare you for the next level. You are being tested not through results, but through faith. In those quiet spaces, when it feels like the whole world has turned away, the universe is whispering, Do you still believe when no one stands beside you? Do you still keep your light burning when darkness surrounds you completely? And you know what? In those moments when you thought you were weakest, your soul was actually at its strongest. True faith is not born under sunny skies. It's forged in storms, in loss, in silence. There were times you searched for signs but found none. You asked the universe for a message, but all you received was stillness. You waited for someone to understand you, but only heard the echo of your own heart. Yet, what you didn't realize is that silence was the answer. When the universe is silent, it means the lesson has already been given. There's nothing more to learn with the mind. It's time to live through faith. You were born under the light of Jupiter, the planet of expansion and belief. And Jupiter always teaches that faith isn't expecting outcomes. It's trusting that everything has meaning, even if you don't see it yet. When every door closes, it's not rejection, it's the universe rearranging your energy map, removing you from what no longer aligns, and preparing the doorway where your light will finally be seen for what it's worth. You've walked through long nights of loneliness, haven't you? Nights when you didn't know whether to cry or to pray, when only your breath and silence kept you company. But in those nights, you witnessed a quiet miracle. The sun still rose, and you were still here, still breathing, still believing, even without proof, that your faith would be rewarded. That alone is the clearest sign of your strength. Sagittarius. Sometimes you think you've been left behind, but in truth, you're being carried farther. Sometimes you think you've lost everything, but in truth, you're being freed from what no longer matches your soul's frequency. Every tear, every heartbreak, every time you said, "I'm okay," while your heart still ached, all of it has been recorded in the energetic journal of the universe. And when the time is right, each of those moments will return as a reward for your endurance. Nothing you've gone through was meaningless. You haven't failed, you're being refined. No one else may see the process, but the universe does. It sees when you choose love over resentment. It sees when you choose to believe instead of giving up. And that is why, even now, everything is beginning to realign. Soon you'll realize that the very things that once broke your heart were setting the foundation for something better. The people who left made room for those whose souls truly match yours. The dreams that once paused will return, but this time, you'll be ready to make them real. That is the reward of unconditional faith. A reward reserved only for those who keep believing when there's no reason left to. Remember this, Sagittarius. When you keep your light alive, even if it's just a faint flicker, the universe sees it and amplifies it 1,000-fold. Your light is the most beautiful prayer of all, and in the silence, the universe is listening. If you've ever felt that you kept believing even when there was no reason left, leave a comment saying, "I still believe," because that is your soul's mantra, a declaration to the universe that, no matter what happens, I still choose light. And don't forget to subscribe, so the universe can keep guiding you along the path of faith where silence is no longer something to fear, but the sacred space where miracles are born. Part 3. The Sacred Alignment. The gateway between Mars, Jupiter, and Neptune. Sagittarius. There are moments when the entire universe seems to pause to hold its breath, just to prepare a destined turning point for you. And the period from October 19 to 28, 2025, is one of those rare cosmic moments when Jupiter, your ruling planet, forms a perfect alignment with Mars, the planet of action, and Neptune, the planet of intuition and faith. This powerful trio creates a rare gateway of energy where your faith, your actions, and your intuition become fully aligned with the will of the universe. Imagine an invisible doorway opening where everything you've ever prayed for, dreamed of, and quietly believed in begins to move. This is the stellar gate of faith, the time when the universe chooses to respond to you not through vague signs, but through something tangible. A word, a conversation, or an event. It could be a message from an old friend, a job opportunity you thought had closed, or an invitation that suddenly makes your heart race. And you know what? None of it is random. Because for Sagittarius, every encounter carries divine purpose. The universe is orchestrating a sacred dialogue between you and your soul's true mission. That conversation may come through someone else, but its real meaning will arise from within. During these days, you'll clearly feel a shift in energy around you. Your mind will feel clearer, your dreams more vivid, your intuition sharper to the point where you'll sense things before they happen. That's because Jupiter and Neptune are opening your spiritual eye, helping you perceive what once could only be felt faintly. Meanwhile, Mars ignites the fire of action, empowering you not just to believe, but to act. Sagittarius is the sign of the journey you were never meant to stand still. And right now, you stand at the threshold of a new adventure, one that's deeper and more authentic than ever before. The destined conversation approaching you could involve a financial opportunity, a collaboration, or even a rekindled connection, but its true purpose isn't about outer results. It's about activating your inner awareness. You'll begin to understand why everything in your past unfolded the way it did. Why someone left. Why you had to wait. Why certain efforts once seemed in vain, but now suddenly make sense. Because as these planets harmonize, the fog lifts and every why will be answered by the light of sacred truth. Keep your heart open, because during this time, the universe is speaking to you through the language of action. Every conversation, every word, every encounter carries meaning. A passing comment might be a signal from destiny. A stranger could be the messenger of the universe. And sometimes, even in stillness, you'll hear your soul whisper, "Now you are ready to step into your new chapter." The universe wants you to know every act of faith you've ever made, even unseen or unacknowledged, has been recorded. Every time you chose light over fear, forgiveness over anger, courage over despair, those moments created a frequency of belief. And now, that frequency is attracting your reward. This is the moment to believe more deeply, but also to act more boldly. Don't just wait for signs, become one. Don't just listen to the universe, respond to it through your actions. When you do something out of faith, you're sending a signal upward saying, "I'm ready." And in that moment, miracles unfold. Sagittarius, you've come such a long way to reach this point. The path has never been easy, but you've never been alone. Jupiter, your guiding planet, stands in perfect position to expand your horizons. Neptune sharpens your spiritual vision. Mars fuels your courage to turn faith into reality. Together, these energies form a sacred alignment where your mind, heart, and soul move as one. So don't be afraid if, in the coming days, everything starts changing quickly. Don't fear if someone returns with words that stir your heart. And don't doubt if an opportunity appears just when you least expect it. None of it is coincidence. It's the universe answering you, the one who believed, even when there was no reason to. If you can feel this powerful energy moving around you, leave a comment saying, "I'm ready for my destined conversation." Because when you say those words, you're sending a signal back to the universe, letting it know you're ready to open the door. And don't forget to subscribe, so we can journey through this sacred time together where everything you've believed in begins to blossom and every promise the universe made to you starts to be fulfilled. Part 4. The Destined Conversation. When someone speaks the truth you've always known. Sagittarius. Have you ever felt that moment when someone says exactly what you've always known deep down, but no one ever believed? A single sentence, a small confession, even just a glance, and your heart trembles as if your soul whispers, "That's it. That's what I've always known." That moment is coming, and it won't be just another casual exchange. It will be the destined conversation where the universe uses someone else's words to reflect back to you everything you've believed, waited for, and lived through. It might come from someone who once went silent, someone who hurt you, or someone who never understood your words. It could be an old friend, a relative, or even a stranger who somehow feels uncannily familiar. They will say something, an acknowledgement, an apology, or simply, "Now I understand you," and you will realize you no longer need their words to heal, because you've already healed long before this moment. But in that instant when those words are finally spoken, the universe will confirm one thing to you: you were right to believe. For Sagittarius, words are arrows. You release them, your truth, your promises, your heartfelt intentions, and sometimes they seem to vanish into the void. But now they're coming back, not to reopen old wounds, but to prove that no word sent from the heart is ever lost. They simply travel far, taking time, and when they return, they carry the energy of growth, recognition, and gratitude. This is your soul's reply, not a material reward, but a sacred affirmation that your light truly has reached others. The universe is showing you that everything you once said, believed in, and defended had a purpose, and now that purpose is being revealed. When that person speaks, you won't hear with your ears, you'll hear with your heart. Because this time, you don't need evidence to believe, you just know. You know that everything happens in divine timing. You know that every word, every silence, every tear had meaning. And you know that the universe was never silent. You simply hadn't been calm enough before to hear its voice. Watch closely in the coming days. Someone might reach out unexpectedly. A conversation might go deeper than you imagined. Or a situation may make you say, "Oh, so this is what it was all for." That is the sign of sacred alignment. And when it happens, you'll feel something powerful, not excitement, not shock, but a deep peace. The peace of a soul that's been waiting for this moment all along. The universe chooses words from others as its tool because, for Sagittarius, language is the pathway to awakening. What's spoken now isn't just words, it's healing energy. Every syllable they utter, every breath you take in, carries the frequency of truth, and that truth will free you from old patterns, limiting beliefs, and stories you no longer need to carry. Then, you'll realize something profound. You no longer need anyone to validate your worth because the universe already has. Others are merely mirrors, reflecting back the light you've been radiating all along. They're not here to change you, they're here to show you how much you've changed. Welcome this conversation with peace in your heart. No defense, no expectation, no need to be right or wrong. Just be present, listen, and feel. Because sometimes, truth doesn't arrive to shock you. It arrives to make you smile softly and say, "I knew it. I still believe." Sagittarius. If you can feel this destined conversation drawing near, if your intuition tells you that something is about to be spoken, leave a comment saying, "I'm ready to hear my truth." And remember to subscribe, so together we can receive this sacred message. Because sometimes, all it takes is one sentence for the universe to change your entire life. Part 5. The Reward of Faith. When your light becomes a beacon for others. Sagittarius. Your reward is coming, but perhaps not in the form you once imagined. It won't arrive as money, praise, or anything tangible. It will come as light, the kind of light that only those who have walked through darkness can radiate. Because the universe never gives rewards to make you better than others. It gives them so you can become a brighter version of yourself. And after all the trials, the silences, and the unconditional faith you've carried, you are now mature enough to receive the true gift, inner freedom. You no longer need to chase answers outside of yourself because you are the answer. You no longer need proof to believe because you are living proof of the power of belief. You no longer need to convince anyone because the universe has already confirmed it through your journey. Look back, Sagittarius. How many times did you think you would fall, yet still rose again? How many times did you say, "I can't anymore," only to keep walking because something in your heart whispered, "Keep believing"? And now, as you hear these words, the universe wants you to know you made it through. The reward for Sagittarius isn't something visible. It's an awakened state of being that only souls who have endured storms can truly understand. You begin to realize the people who once hurt you were simply helping you discover your inner strength. The unanswered silences were chances to hear your own voice more clearly. And every loss that once broke you has become a crack for the light to enter, illuminating your entire being. This is the moment when you stop speaking with words and start communicating through energy. Your very presence brings comfort to others. You no longer need to explain, prove, or seek recognition. Your energy speaks for itself. You begin to live slower, listen deeper, and act more gently. Every step you take now carries awareness, and every word you speak carries the vibration of love and wisdom. And because of that, you become the lighthouse, the glow in the dark, that guides those who have lost their way, not through grand speeches, but through the way you live, believe, and shine. You are living proof that faith is real, that light always triumphs over darkness, and that no matter how difficult the journey, those who believe in goodness are always embraced by the universe in the end. From here on, you'll witness something miraculous. When you believe, the entire universe moves with you. Opportunities flow naturally. People who share your frequency appear. Doors open without you even knocking. Not because of luck, but because you've aligned with the frequency of miracles. Your faith is no longer a word, it has become the energy that shapes reality. Sagittarius, your mission blossoms when you finally realize that light isn't something you seek. It's something you carry. You were born to radiate, to inspire, to ignite. You don't need to shout, just be. You don't need to do something extraordinary, just live truly, believe fully, and love deeply. That alone changes the world, because your light, when fully lived, becomes a beacon that guides thousands of other souls still wandering in the dark. And when they see you, they'll realize, if Sagittarius can believe, so can I. The universe smiles, for it knows the flame within you is no longer a fragile spark. It has become a torch, a piece of the eternal light itself. And now, your true mission begins. To live, to inspire, and to lead through your light. If you feel that light within you awakening, leave a comment saying, "I'm ready to receive the universe's reward." Let that statement be your confirmation that your soul is ready to shine. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. For this is only the beginning of Sagittarius's awakening journey. A journey where you no longer search for the light, because you are the light. As you've reached this point, Sagittarius, perhaps you've realized that everything you've gone through wasn't meant to make you weaker, it was meant to make you shine brighter. Every challenge, every silence, every seemingly small conversation was a perfect piece of a larger puzzle, teaching you one truth. Faith isn't about waiting for miracles, it's about becoming one. Today's lesson is simple, yet profound. Live with an open heart, act with faith, and speak with the energy of light. When you trust, the universe rearranges itself to guide you exactly where you belong. And when you can remain peaceful in every situation, you become the guiding light for other wandering souls. If this message has illuminated something within you, leave a comment saying, "I'm ready to share my light." Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next journeys with the universe, where every video is a message made just for the Sagittarius soul. And remember, you never need to search far for the light, because you are the light. See you in the next video, where the universe will continue to send you messages of freedom, wisdom, and purpose.